Before you can begin using Emulator, you're going to need to install and set up your software that you're going to be working with, whether that's lighting, DJ, or video software. Make sure that your sound card drivers are also properly set up. Once you have your software installed and set up, you can go ahead and download the Emulator software. Go to SmithsonMartin.com, the download section, and fill in your information. Once you fill in and submit your information, we will send you an email with the proper link to download your software. Within the link, you will be able to download the touchscreen drivers for your operating system and the Emulator Pro software. So go ahead and download Emulator Pro. While you're here, you can also check out the online tutorial of this video. Everything in this video is outlined in this tutorial as well. Once you're done with that, you will need to go to the security and privacy settings of your computer and allow downloaded applications from anywhere by unlocking the lock and select the Anywhere Radio button. You can then close that. Next, you will need to enable access for assistive devices under the Universal Access settings. Make sure that you enable access for assistive devices by checking the checkbox. Then you will need to set up your MIDI ports. Select Audio MIDI Setup, and then click the Window tab at the top and Show MIDI Window. Double click on the IAC driver icon, and you will need to add 2 ports. You can rename the ports, rename it to something short like E-in and E-out. You want to keep it short so that you can read it in the software you're working with. Once you have that set up, you can go ahead and install Emulator Pro. Installing Emulator Pro is very easy. Once it's installed, you will need to also set the MIDI ports in Emulator. So MIDI out should read E-out and MIDI in should read E-in. You can then run the editor. And Emulator will automatically load the default template. You can also load your own template by right-clicking on any blank space of the template. Click on Load and select the template you wish to load. You can also rename your own template to default.emu, and this will make your own template load automatically every time you run Emulator. Next, you will need to load the MIDI mapping you've created into your software. In Traktor, click on Preferences, click on the Import button at the bottom. Navigate to your Documents, Emulator folder, Maps, and double-click on the TSI file to load the mappings into Traktor. Leave everything checked the way it is and click OK. Once you have the TSI file imported, you will then need to set up your MIDI ports in Traktor. Output should be Emulator in, and the import should be Emulator out. You can go ahead and close the Preferences window, minimize Traktor, and you can calibrate your touchscreen now. Open the multi-touch platform. Make sure your settings are set so that 2EO is on, flash 2EO off, enable mouse and keyboard simulation should be on, log touch data should also be on, and nightclub mode should be on. You will also notice your serial number of the touchscreen if your overlay is being recognized by the software, and then you can hit the calibration button to begin calibrating your screen. You can now move over to your touchscreen and touch the 4 crosshairs. And this will calibrate your touchscreen. Now you can go back to Emulator and you're ready to rock and roll.